Hello everyone, welcome to another session of High on Alexander campaign. Yet again, as I'm starting a new campaign, I just seem to be totally unable to maintain any kind of momentum with recording the episodes, but well, I'm playing now, so let's get into it. I've been thinking that going against the Ottomans does seem to be the risky, particularly with me not exactly knowing the rules for inviting other nations, how this mechanic exactly works. But I think I just have to try as soon as the Russian truce with the Ottomans runs out. I think I just have to try to go for it, because time is ticking. Like it seems like we have a lot of time, but we need to get the ball rolling. And also joining the Russian Empire probably will be a good deal for us, I think. One thing I do remember, it's been a couple of days since I last recorded, but one thing I do remember I wanted to do is try to maybe go for laissez-faire. Even though there's a lot of opposition, Londoners are pretty chill right now, so maybe we could do it as well, and that would be really nice boost. 36, is this... Oh, well, this is pretty nice. Yeah, this is fair enough. I mean, maybe I could even try, but that would require like lowering taxes. Oh my god, I barely have taxes. I could try to lower them. Would that help, really? I mean, those guys would hate me a bit less. Those guys would be about as unhappy. Okay, let's start going. I don't think there's anything crazy happening in the world just yet. It's pretty much basic stuff. Well, except, yeah, the whole thing with Egypt and the Ottomans both winning the war against each other somehow, and Russia winning as well. Only taking the Brugia, but I guess they could only get one war goal from being invited. Yeah, I mean, right now the chance for going laissez-faire seems pretty nice. The abolitionists are going to get... The absolutists. Abolitionists, yeah. Absolutists are not going to be active. And actually, Greek supremacists are also not really an issue, so I could stop suppressing them. Good thing I noticed this. This is like a non-Byzantic moment. What's going on? I'm just seeing stuff I just completely forgotten before? How is that happening? And I have a bunch of authority that I could get a whole 200 ducats with. And it's actually not a bad deal. Comparatively, of course. Oh wow, what? Now that's... So this would give the roll for plus 3.3. But they would lose 25%. So I think if I do this, but then lower taxes... effectively it's going to be less. Unfortunately, it's still got technology spread negative, but what can you do? Yeah, I can tank this for quite a while actually, surprisingly so. I'm getting some construction done and privately glass walls, cotton plantations. I should want to get some more troops. Can I afford tools for this? I think so, right? I do want more troops. Oh yeah, I have only 9 infantry. And all the other troops are kind of trash as well. I don't want to remove other types of troops, even though I don't really need artillery. I'm not going to be the one pushing against the Ottomans in any case. But I don't think I have construction to actually move them, even though usually constructing armies is really cheap. This is like the one case when Actually, I cannot really afford it. Okay, this is an important one. I mean, no reason not to make industrialists like me a bit less. They already my biggest fans, pretty much. Got a bunch of buildings over here. And this is still pretty behind in tech, all things considered. Do I maybe switch general stuff? 33 months? That's going to be too late anyways. Like, I'm all in on Russia saving me, pretty much. 16 months, yeah. And even then, getting those skirmishers to actually work, I wouldn't have any ammunition. It would be nice if I could at least hold the Ottomans at Thermopylae, I guess, which is pretty much around this area. But if I become the protectorate, even if the Ottomans fully occupy me, it's not going to be enough for them to win the war, because it's not going to be possible to force me out of the war as long as the Russians don't allow it. So this could still work, hopefully. And do I maybe still go for skirmishers? Like, if not as an investment for now, but I will be going for more wars against the Ottomans, and possibly I will have to do it without the Russian support next time. Possibly. Depends, as we will be exploring the subject mechanics. We'll see how viable it will be to continue fight with Russian support. But if we get even just a few states, I think the chances against the Ottomans are going to be drastically improving. Like, all of those states will allow me, even just one of most of those would double my population. And I'm expecting to get like 3 or 4 maybe. And even then, becoming the Russian subject should give me some more migration. It's not going to be as much as I would hope, because unfortunately Russia still has serfdom, and that means the migration for peasant is disallowed. I wonder if they will be ever able to actually change it. Very possibly they might stay on serfdom for the rest of the game. But then let's be maintaining optimism and keep on keeping on. 12 months. But if we did manage to get some good conquests with laissez-faire, with cultural exclusion, state religion, but that's good for getting more Russians. Oligarchy already, professional army, national guard, things are looking good. I don't like religious schools, granted. Though maybe, I mean, actually, this wouldn't be too difficult to change right now. The Orthodox Church loves me. Intelligentsia is fairly strong. Maybe that's why I was going for academia. Because academia and then empirism, yeah, gives you public schools. Where is it spreading? It's spreading into colonization, and 50-50 it might go into academia, which would be excellent. What's this? It's fine, actually. Get it done ASAP. But those guys still like me. Church, actually, wow, they love me extremely hard. What did I do? Oh yeah, I guess I just got a lot of legitimacy. Strong legitimacy is very good in this game, I'm starting to learn. I need to employ it more and more. Okay, this is not going to happen. Even though it wouldn't be too bad. The investment pool is unable to really do anything in Greece for the moment, but eventually it's actually, like, it's not a huge amount of money. I could spend it in a blink of an eye if I just build enough construction, but to be honest, there might not be enough pops. Yeah, peasants are actually running out. Such a small amount of people. Very unusual for me to have such a tiny start. No, I usually play Paradox games with very small nations. I pretty much never play majors. In EU4, what was I think the biggest nation I played was Poland, and even that was like 2 times maybe. Usually it starts as OPMs. In Victoria, it's a bit different. Starting as OPMs is not as fun. You need to have some base to actually be able to do something fun. Unless you just go full conquest. But it's not always, like, fun thing to do. Actually, it looks like I need more troops. Even for those troops, there's not enough people to employ. What are my wages, military wages? They are okay. Do I need this? Divorcing, intelligentsia. If I did this, I could get a tax on services, let's say. Then like this and this. So I can employ more people, maybe? And minus 10%. And the royal fork are opposing it more. So that's going to be it for now for the good luck. At least the speed is maintained, the bonus to speed of passing the law. Oh, it's because of the authority. Maybe? Partially? We go into positive. This doesn't change, so yeah, it doesn't matter. We got a new leader of intelligentsia and he's a moderate, so excellent. Actually, I would really want to keep church heavy. And apparently I need more iron. And I got this weird bug again. Apparently I would make money from here. I think if you just like click around and yeah, it fixes itself. I could import from Russia, but seems like 2 Sicilies are good enough. Weeks. Getting mechanical tools, really nice. Not the best. Ideally, I would probably want to get atmospheric engine. But it's still, like, anything that leads to railways is pretty good. What's spreading in the military? And naval stuff. Which, I guess, will get them out of the way. Not ideal. Let's go speed 3 maybe. I am still building stuff and also making money while doing that, which is good. We lost our obligations, which is... I guess that's good. Okay, now we got plus 10%. As long as this doesn't keep repeating... Oh, we'll get academia spreading. This is excellent. I mean, we're getting a similar amount from spread as we do from weekly innovation, so this is not too bad of a result. Yeah, it is speeding things up. I will... how much will I be prioritizing tech? Probably quite a bit. Because more tech probably will give me more standard of living that I could use to get more pops from Russia, ideally. They will be getting more laborers and so on. Which laborers moving from Russia means they need to employ new ones, which removes more peasants. So, in a way, we are just... using Russia as a population engine. Oh, yeah, I do have some institutions I could be using, and I think there's no reason not to. Right now I probably don't have any radical problems, but as the conquests pile up, it's probably going to be a bigger issue. And as those regions are going to be super quick to be incorporated, then it's pretty important to have the institution. Oh my god. Why? I hate this. This is the worst kind of thing that can happen in laws in Victoria 3. Plus 10%, minus 10%. Plus 10%, minus 10%. It seems like... Why does this keep happening? I don't think it ever happens to me in like the multiplayer games. Really weird. Just don't understand. Are you guys like... Yeah, you guys are just not employing anyone for some reason. Tools are expensive, but that's probably because the tool manufacturers are not employing anyone either. Yeah, there's just no pops to go around for maintaining the huge Greek army of almost 20,000. Well, almost is it's a big one. I could import even more. Seems like the demand for iron did increase. Okay, another plus 10%. We're in the game, kinda, sorta. More guns. Yeah. I do think I have a trade agreement with Russia, so this is a pretty cheap use. Maybe I should remove trade with 2 Sicilies then, but we're still missing iron. I guess importing iron does reduce the pressure, and also I have problems with access. Yeah, building all of this military is not helping. Yeah, I need to start the war ASAP because the current Greece is just not big enough to do anything. Those Balkans are not big enough for 2. Well, what do we have in common with the Ottomans? And I mean, it's not just 2, there's less like Greeks, and in the Balkans there's the Serbians and Wallachians, and also Austria is kind of dipping in. I'm not sure where I was going with this. Okay. You know what? It's time. We're going all in on actually fighting this. Yeah, it does seem plus 40 seems like a reasonable advantage. So probably should go for it. No one really wants to support the Ottomans, thankfully, because it could be potentially the Great Britain, but seems like they like us enough. So it seems really, really good. Okay. Anti-Russian League. Okay, you guys are not going to be happy. I can already see that. Actually, you guys... No, I need the best troops you can muster. All 4 of them. And you guys are going to be defending. It's probably not going to matter much. But let's just at least pretend. So we definitely want this because it's the cheapest one. It seems like the Russians will agree. So that's good. So we want this. 1 million people, that's nice. This is not really as big of a state and doesn't really have good resources. Not really interesting. There's iron here and slightly bigger population. Of course, we could go for the Pearl of the Empire. We could get opium, so this would be a good start. We could get some coal. Do we go straight for the Ionian to free the Ionian Greeks? I've been reading recently a lot about the wars in ancient Greeks between the Greek states, and it's such a fascinating subject. Especially the part whenever someone gets conquered, they just free themselves and revolt 5 years later, and it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Athens, Sparta, Megara, Thebes, or whatever. Everyone just gets conquered every few years and then just comes back and over and over and over again. Yeah, it's a fascinating subject. There is a lot of people here. The question is, yeah, not that many of them are Greeks. And having a massive influx of Turks this early on might cause some disruption. Maybe I just go north for the Bulgarians. I ideally don't want to be bordering Russia for the future Freedom War. It depends on when the Freedom War happens, but if I were to do it early, before I can really face them, if I can just avoid having to fight them directly, it would be really nice. Well, I really want to get some coal. And I guess the only real place to get it is here? Really? I need to find an actual coal mine. Silesia, you have coal. Yep. And I want to see potentials. Yeah, I guess the best target would be over here. So let's take Aiden as well. It's a lot of infamy, but I can survive that. It's going to cost me a bit to sway Russia, so let's wait. And find out how much will I have left after swaying Russia. They only want to make me a Greek protectorate, so this is actually not the worst thing. Here's a case of a disaster. So I could sway Russia with an obligation. And it wouldn't be too bad of an idea, but I want to try to use Russia to boost my own power even more. So I'm just going to straight up become their subject. It would cost me 5 maneuvers. Really not that much. I have 36 play around. Which essentially still means just one more state. And the question is, I don't want to go for the ultimate border gore. And just go for something random. Would take this. This is 10. And Selanik is 17. So I would have 27. Yeah, which is more than enough. I don't think there's any possibility of Turkey just standing down to my demands. Or maybe. Or maybe they would. This is like worthless, I assume. Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, let's just take those two and Aiden and maybe force one of those to be actually primary war goal, just in case. Selanik and Aiden, because this is the one that I actually want. And let's become a subject. Yeah, okay, I think this pretty much means it's GG. Can I get anything else? Nope. War operations, I don't really need them. Let's see, can I get anything else? Greek-Russian Association has disbanded. So, wait, what? The people who like Russia... Oh, they became a loyalist, okay. And... Greek nationalism. Okay, so it's just a rename thing. Sure. Can I get just anything? So, no? Why are you giving me an option then? Okay. Yeah, Russian armies are not strong against Great Britain at this point of the game, but they should be pretty good against the Ottomans. And... because we're already the subject. We kind of want to maintain our status as protectorate, because that means I can have my own diplomacy, start my own wars, increase my territory. That's why I was talking about having my own wars against the Ottomans. I don't want to have Russia join, because that might increase their... decrease my liberty desire. And unfortunately, I think the only way currently, at least from a nation of our size, I could potentially remove the cloud of lobbies in government. Reduce relations as well. For the start... Oh my god, I might accept request knowledge sharing. Yeah, because what you can do is just make demands that you know they would not accept, and this would increase your liberty desire. And it does feel kind of cheesy, but then there's not really like any other way to actually actively increase your liberty desire other than manipulating those bonuses and maluses from over here, but not all of them can be easily just changed. Like I cannot really don't have much influence over who's in the lobby. I'm not sure if I what do I think about this? How much do I like this? It does feel gamey, but do I think there should be some other way to increase your liberty desire? I'm not sure. I actually might have to think about this a bit more. Honestly. Scream Alliance. Oh my god, those names of those power blocks are just so weird sometimes. Okay, are we actually going to be able to maintain our front? That would be unexpected. But the Ottomans are not really mobilizing their troops that much. Where are they? They have 100k someplace. And they're fighting Egypt as well? Oh, they are. Huh, when did that happen? And the Egyptians want Tripoli and the Ottomans want Lebanon. And it's just 1v1. So we might be saving Egypt now. They might not have enough time. Or Egypt might be our subject buddies. Yeah, we're going to be hanging on this front. Wait, this is not a one front war. Egypt does control Tripolitania. It could be close, actually. Both sides are going to be controlling their... Oh, no, they need to control the capital. I think. Yep. So Egypt is kind of winning, but it might not be for long. Okay. It's time to free Hellas. We're going in. With our shields, with our spears, with nothing our bodies, except our helmets. Fully oiled up. And of course, with extremely small penises. Because that's the ideal man. In Greek. Well, not in modern Greek. Modern as in 1847, but of the ancient times. Which I would suppose, yeah, in Greece, especially in this time, there was a bit of a comeback to the ideas of older Greece, I think. I guess we've been attacking for long enough, though. We might win this one, so we did get a moral offensive victory on the Ottomans. Our poor little army just barely managed to get one small win. It's still weird to me that Greece actually starts behind on tech compared to the Ottomans or the Egyptians. Don't really get this one. And Egypt lost their capital, so they might be losing. In the meantime, I got some good rolls on the law, so we are getting laissez-faire. I think we're getting an amazing start. As long as I don't screw this up, I might have been going more aggressive, and one state more in this situation would be huge. Even now, like, or even going for more border gore. I'm kind of going for border gore, but just like trying to minimize it. I want you guys to love me, so you don't care when I eventually try to piss you off. Pascal Mittwoch, market liberal landowner. Sure. And yeah, we're holding the hot gates when their numbers count for nothing. Battle for Lamia. Oh, Lamia. This is a familiar name from my readings. Oh, wow. Well, this is an amazing turn of events. This is making the landowners much less happy. Actually, significantly less happy. But actually, with our success chance at this point, probably it's not going to matter that much. And the landowners are losing clout anyways. But what it does mean is, yeah, the Liberty Desire from lobby should be significantly smaller. It's actually not still as small as I'd like. We got Russia having their Khanate revolt, but that's... yeah, they're still pushing quite handily. And Egypt is a puppet. How unfortunate. That means we were going to have to be fighting Egypt and Ottomans as one war. And they do have a not insignificant amount of troops. This is kind of annoying, though they still have 100 Liberty Desire and it doesn't seem to be going down. So... yeah, I mean, I have this. Ammunition would be nice, but I assume I can get enough for my needs. And now I just go for public schools as soon as possible. No, I'm surprised we managed to hold our own this well. And of course Russia showed up to help us, but it was just the Ottomans not really putting anything on this front. Popular outreach. Yeah, sure. Interesting that the church is by far the strongest group currently, and then Petite Bourgeoisie and Intelligentsia. It's kind of weird because we are playing a very conservative country from the start. Because we are so small, we are doing a extremely fast like modernization in a way that a lot of our pops are already employed. We don't have really peasants and so on. So we are just kind of in a position that our old laws are still supporting clergy a lot. But landowners are already being pushed out because of the changes in population, basically in the society. Even though we're just kind of like jumping over the industrialist boom, straight for Petite Bourgeoisie. And how are the trade unions doing? Badly. But well, they usually are doing badly at this point of the game. I could get a government without the Orthodox Church, that would be nice, and it might be possible with the king being of landowners. Minoritarian traditionalist, this might be interesting. How are we not finishing this yet? Oh yeah, I guess we don't really occupy the capital. We are making money as well. Things are going way better than I would be expecting. I guess I can go on... oh, I'm the only one on this front. Okay, never mind. I thought someone else might have been here. But I guess the AI is focusing on the right front. And yeah, this is finished. We're getting a good chunk. We're going to like triple our population. Almost more. And then I'm hoping to... I mean... technically speaking, we already might be receiving some migrations. And with all of those lands, we should be eligible for mass migrations as well. At least much more eligible. And we need to incorporate them as well, but it's going to be really fast. I wonder if maybe Russia will be able to do much better with my support. Okay, so this is already incorporated, which is really nice. And we will be able to incorporate all of this really fast as well. We might have some revolt issues at some point, but it's probably not going to be too bad. Yeah, let's get those government administrations ASAP. Now just spreading. Peasant movement appeared to... oh, interesting that I didn't have one before. Let's continue doing the bit min-maxy thing of increasing my liberty desire. They would support the regime, interestingly enough. And I don't really want to have this happen. Let's see, can I eliminate you guys. Kind of. Yes, it's not ideal. I would really want to have very high legitimacy. Yeah, and the thing is, even if the crowd of political lobby interest group in opposition. Oh, yeah, so they still give the bonus anyways, to some degree. And the economic dependence is always going to be huge. And prestige, there's just nothing I can do about this. Additional agreements. Sovereign Empire. I guess this doesn't really matter that much. And yeah, there's no guarantees that Russia will actually immediately reduce autonomy, because as you can see with Finland over here, they're just not doing anything. They're not pushing for annexation of Baltic Gornets. I'm not really sure how that works. Making the market liberal more popular might not be the worst thing. You know what? Let's just go for 100 legitimacy. And do I want? Yeah, I kind of want to do that now. Industries are not going to give me any clout to this anyways. Not any significant amount. To pass autocracy. Oh my god, guys. Autocracy when we have oligarchy? Are you crazy? So you have a general versus... Let them fight. So now we have authoritarian, which is fine. Contagious disease. Right, can't you guys stop pissing off the landowners for 5 seconds? I think a bit of a loss in standard of living is not going to be a huge problem. And what is a bit of a bigger problem is me not having even close enough administration. Also need to fix... And now Greeks are migrating to Alabama. This is not what I wanted to achieve with my migration policies. Yeah, problems with access to Russian market as well. I guess not having enough people somehow. Yep. Now a stall. Not a huge problem. Not yet. Got a heat wave. Heat wave can be pretty bad, but very low intensity, so it's okay. Nah, switch to wood construction. No need to go for anything else. More of this. There's a lot of peasants in Thessalia, so it's going to be my main government administration place for now. And a lot of infrastructure. Kind of need railway, I guess. Bessemer process is okay, but not... It's better than, like, crystal glass or something, but not really what I would ideally want. Yeah, let's get this, then railway, and I guess then I go for public health insurance as soon as possible. But still, I mean, need to fix a few things up, but we are expanding. We are part of the Orthodox Brotherhood with Russia. We have some very interesting swings in the way the cloud and the general way our government works. Ottomans are going against Ethiopia. Ottomans are going to have a great game, at least until we really start punishing them. And yeah, we are going to be a much bigger threat ourselves now. Especially once we gain a decent technological advantage, which shouldn't be too difficult against them. And the Egyptian's army just collapsed as well. So yeah, it should be fine. Egypt somehow gained more territory still. We have laissez-faire now as well. Things are looking pretty decent, I think. So yeah, this is going to be it for this session. GG, and see you on the next one.